This video is intended to be an in-depth description of rather simplistic auxiliary power packs based on Love's Coin platform seen like so, as well as it perhaps being a very viable future prototype to be in wider distribution or implementation through strategic energy nodes throughout the Earth's meridian matrices. And joining me today will be my well-utilized stick-figure chakra map that obviously I must redraft, but this is where we are. And the coins themselves are based off the existence and commissioning by the wonderful Wizard of Sedona, Mr. Stephen A. Ross, who brought these coins commissioned into existence to say a beautiful heart, an open mind, a humble spirit, as well as with love, in love, and through love are both sides of the coin, seen here. Which of course is a very timeless, archetypal, impeccable message to be embossed upon a coin naturally. So I've had the great privilege of augmenting many renditions of exactly this kind of love currency, circular ignition sequence with crystals, seen, for example, in a prominent example are these light cuffs seen right here with the love currency being the foundation of the entirety of the construct in prolific wide distribution, quite literally across the globe at this point. And so the aspect of this particular power pack that makes it relevant is that this perhaps, like I mentioned, could be a very effective baseline prototype for further dissemination across the globe in a very convenient, more clandestine fashion to various sacred sites to generate vibrational compound interest or expand the network across the globe itself of this particular emanation. So let's get right into it. Of course, I already thoroughly mentioned the coin, face, and Ba's symbols, which are very, very of the essence of making this powerful. Hence, it's become, thank goodness, quite the potent modern sigil of repetitive augmentation energy broadcast through this kind of structure to intensify the entire network as a whole. And so the aspect that is quite critical about these love currency basic augmentation prototypes is that they're developed to have a full rainbow light body stimulation ignition sequence, which I'll get into momentarily. This is just a preliminary overview. To have the red all the way to the orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and pink ray, of course, for the high heart love activation, then recirculating into the hematite seen right here to serve as a very strong grounding of the radius to, of course, encourage the tangibility of the overture of the energy. And all these frequencies have been grounded to a central wire of copper, brass, and silver to be an impeccable trifecta of conducting frequencies for the aspects of the yang, the yin, as well as earth bandwidth of copper, which works as the main vein of the construct's continuity. So getting straight into it, every single bead seen right here in this nodal point is subcapacitated by rutilated quartz to serve as a massive accelerant of the closed-loop circular sequence. Going into red jasper to be the quintessential root chakra stabilizer. Going into rutilated quartz once again to ignite and intensify the circuit into classic aldamine red garnet, another root chakra stimulant of antiquity. Going into rutilated quartz once again into carnelian, a classic orange ray crystal utilized by Egyptian magic of antiquity quite frequently as an homage to Horus particularly, and it is a fantastic sacrum stimulant, yet it stimulates the solar plexus, sacrum, and base, which is a whole lower three chakra activator. Then going into rutilated quartz once again to intensify the sequence into tiger's eye. Tiger's eye is the most effective alignment of the lower three chakras. Rutilated quartz into peridot, an impeccable growth frequency of third and fourth chakra linkage, and also a quintessential abundance growth expansion frequency. Rutilated quartz into emerald, the quintessential green ray stone of antiquity heart chakra abundance activator, impeccable green ray terrestrial heart chakra stimulant. Into rutilated quartz into aquamarine, its cousin right there of a impeccable fourth and fifth chakra stimulant. Then going into rutilated quartz once again into lapis lazuli, another stone of antiquity of Egypt magical utilization that was quite prolifically praised as a stone of Isis, which is a perfect yin to the yang of the carnelian of Horus. So the Isis aspect of the lapis lazuli, of course, has a very nice 5th and 6th chakra higher divine wind stimulant, sovereign self activator. Then going into rutilated quartz into classic amethyst, a very classic violet ray 6th, 7th, 8th non-physical chakra stimulant all the way back to one's godhead. So that aspect right there, in tandem with the rutilated quartz seen right here, as well as kunzite, which is the most soothing lithium-based pink ray equivalent of the mineral kingdom, to be a nice divine love heart chakra stimulant. So the aspect that's critical there is that the entire elemental spectrum and the chakra column is addressed in one sequence before it goes into the root-related course to once again serve as the neutral subcapacitator or program carrier, or also neutral ambient energizer of this construct. Going into the hematite seen right here until it completes the sequence, to have the hematite being a very strong iron-based mineral is perhaps in the mineral kingdom the most effective grounder of excess stray real energies through the root chakra into the earth stars, into the earth for reprocessing, which provides an impeccable grounding of energy to promote energetic dialysis or transmutation negativity by high grounding contact patch. So describing this one right here, of course, describes the 4 in identical sequence as absolutely possible, to which we'll be taken upon a quest to Egypt early next month. This is November 12th, this video is taking place, so by December 4th, these guys will be in Egypt to be disseminated and placed in strategic optimized energy apex locations of vortices of antiquity, which is very cool. And of course, during this quest for these guys will be this pouch, which will be idyllic actually to fit these guys in there for it, because actually this coin came with the pouch, so it could be utilized. They're literally designed for these coins, which is a very fun fact, which the commissioner, Mr. Stephen A. Ross, granted me a few months back at this time of this video, and now it's going to Egypt with many treasured augmented artifacts of Love Currency platform to be, once again, strategically placed in high vortice places of power plants of vibrational engineering antiquity, to put it quite simply. And like I mentioned too, that's relevant here is that this, of course, capitalized on a great morphic field expansion of many renditions of these constructs in wide distribution now, which is generate quite the significant expansion of network, just like cell phones and cell phone towers, for example, to be relevant and pragmatic. And that's why these coins are, of course, implemented in many of these versions of this cuffs, which I will perform a separate video to do a quick overview, but this was just a very short, basic documentation of a very viable future prototype to be put further in wider distribution. All right, well, 1,000 blessings, and may the force be with us all.